Hi, it's Dale again. Um, I already have one video on fitness and what you should do and what you should not do. This video is geared towards how do you lose fat, pure fat, the absolute quickest. These are my tricks. If I want to lose some fat or a lot of fat, this is what I do. Yes, I eat 6 meals a day, 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. You can get Ziplocs, a cooler, cook all your meals the night before. You're going to need to plan out your next day. Any successful person has a plan for the next day. It's very important. And the journal that I mentioned, well, if it's not on paper, it didn't happen. That's a saying I love. If it's not on paper, it didn't happen. So what do I do when I wake up in the morning? Yes, I eat breakfast at 6 a.m. You have to be a morning person. Successful people are morning person people. I think that's just universal. So I get up at 5 a.m. and I do my aerobic session. You want to do your aerobics first thing in the morning before you eat breakfast. Why? Because while you're sleeping, you're fasting. That's why it's called breakfast. You're breaking the fast. So while you're sleeping, your body transitions over to running on fat for fuel. So you wake up in the morning, your body's already burning fat for fuel. Do your aerobics then. You will burn fat. You might, deplete your glycogen stores a little bit, but that's why you want to keep your aerobic session to under an hour. So you only deplete your glycogen stores a little bit, and you're mostly burning fat. Anything beyond an hour of aerobics, your body's going to kind of go into starvation response. And your glycogen stores are low, and yes, you're burning fat, but because you're going into starvation mode, your body's going to start to want to store the fat. It's not going to want to burn any more fat. It's going to start to break down your muscle tissue into, your protein, into amino acids, and then your body will convert the amino acids into glucose, sugar to fuel the rest of your workout. So you go beyond an hour, well, you're eating your own muscle. So it's self-defeating. You do not want to do that. Look at a marathoner. Yes, he can win a marathon, but his aerobics are longer than an hour, and he looks like a skeleton. And most people don't want to look like a skeleton. They want to have a lean, muscular physique. So do your aerobics first thing in the morning before breakfast. I also do my strength training routine in the morning. I don't do it right after the aerobics though. It's kind of the wrong way you want to do it. I eat breakfast at 6 a.m. I eat another meal at 9 a.m. And then about a half hour later, I'll do my strength training routine. You don't want to do your strength training routine right after you eat. It's kind of like how you don't want to go swimming right after you eat. You want to wait about a half hour. So that's what I do. So what kind of strength training routine do I do? Well, I have a Bowflex. A lot of people don't like a Bowflex, don't have a Bowflex, but that's what I do. Like I said in my other video, I do a 4-day split routine. Day 1, I do chest and shoulders. Day 2, I do back and arms. Day 3, I do legs and abs. Day 4, I take off. So what do I do? Okay, day 1, chest and shoulders. I don't do a strictly bodybuilding, 3 sets, 60-second rest in between each set. What I do is I do like giant sets where there's virtually no rest in between sets. So I'll do a bench press, a butterfly press, and then a seated punch. one chest exercise right after another. Then I will do a giant set for my shoulders, a shoulder press, a rear deltoid row, and an arm raise. And then I will repeat the chest giant set, then the shoulder giant set, and then one more time. So I'll do 3 giant sets, back to back. No rest in between sets. No rest in between exercises, no rest in between, body parts. It'll take 20 to 25 minutes. You'll be done. You'll get your heart rate up like you wouldn't believe. You'll be sweating. And, they say if you don't want to do aerobics, first thing in the morning, to do it right after your weight training routine. When you do the strength training routine, it's like a circuit training. You're going to be so out of breath, you're not going to want to even think about doing aerobics. You're just going to want to jump in the shower and rest and recover and cool down. You're not going to do aerobics right after doing this routine. Day 2 for my back and arms, well, I'll do a wide pull down, a narrow pull down, and then like a chin up, and then I'll do a biceps curl and a French press for my triceps. Same thing. 2 giant sets, back to back, repeated 3 times, 20 to 25 minutes. Day 3 for my legs and abs, I'll do a leg press, a leg curl, squat, and a seated ab crunch. So it's just 3 leg exercises and 1 ab exercise, and I repeat that 3 times, 20 to 25 minutes. Then I'm done. Day 4, I take off. Then I just repeat that. So one week it's like, 6 workouts, 6 strength training workouts per week, and next week it's 5, next week it's 5. That's just what I do if I want to lose fat the absolute quickest. For maintenance, I might do just Monday, day 1, Tuesday, day 2, Friday, day 3, and then, 4 days off the rest of the week. But to lose fat the absolute quickest, you need to do like a 4-day split routine, plus aerobics, plus the 6 meals a day. And the 6 meals a day, like I said, I break each meal into the macronutrients of about 50 to 60% complex carbohydrates. You want to stay away from sugar. You want to stay away from drinking your calories. Sugar, you can get, insulin resistance, diabetes, all that good stuff. You want to stay away from saturated fats. Unsaturated, polysaturated, monosaturated fats, well, they're good for you. Saturated fats, cholesterol, clog the arteries, heart problems, heart attacks. Who wants that? So that's each meal. Say like, a bowl of oatmeal. I add some cinnamon to it. I don't like raisins, but you could add raisins to it. I boil eggs the night before. So I'll have egg whites, and I might have one egg yolk in the meal with oatmeal. I'll have like tuna fish. I'll mix in some low-fat mayonnaise and some relish. Whole wheat bread. That's another meal. I'll get if I eat a salad, it's not going to be iceberg lettuce because that's kind of nutritionless. I'll make a salad with spinach leaves and chopped up tomatoes. I'll chop up an onion, green pepper. Put in a can of tuna fish, or I'll cook a chicken breast, like a 3-ounce chicken breast. How do you know how much something weighs? Well, you can get a simple little digital food scale at Walmart for like $10. So that's what I do. My other video, you saw my Excel spreadsheet. I stay at about 190 pounds, a 33-inch waist, around 12% body fat year round. If I want to, I can get pretty lean or pretty muscular following the same routine. It all depends on how many calories you want to eat. How many calories should you eat? If you have an active job, multiply your weight times 15, divide by 6. That's how many calories you should have in a meal. Me, I do a lot of work on the computer, so I'm pretty sedentary. So I multiply my weight times 12 and divide by 6, and that's the maintenance calories. Now, if I want to lose fat the absolute quickest, I take those number of calories that I have per meal, and I subtract 30%. you'll lose weight doing that. So, like I said, am I the absolute authority? No. But that's me at about 190 pounds, 12% body fat, and a 32-inch waist. And that's me at around 180 pounds with a 30-inch waist. And finally, that's me at my most muscular. I was about 215, 220 pounds with a 32-inch waist. I almost forgot the absolute best kept secret to losing fat, the absolute quickest. This is the quickest way I've ever found to lose fat, and here it is. It's called carbohydrate loading. It's basically a 4-day cycle. You can almost match it to that 4-day split routine, strength training routine that I laid out earlier. Like I said, you can multiply your weight times 12, subtract 30%, take the number of calories, divide it by 6, do your macronutrient ratios that I've already talked about. You do that for 3 days. Say the 3 days that you do your strength training routine. Day 1, chest and shoulders. Day 2, back and arms. Day 3, legs and abs. Day 4, that's your carbohydrate loading day. You'll love that day. You'll love looking forward to that day. Why? Take your maintenance number of calories, whether it was your weight times 15, or if you're sedentary, weight times 12. Add 200 or 300 calories to it. So, me, if I want to lose fat the absolute quickest, my weight times 12 minus 30% is like 1,600 calories, divide by 6. That's how many calories I ate in a meal. Do my aerobics before breakfast. Do my weight training a half hour after I eat one of my early meals. Now, on day 4, the carbohydrate loading, I take my 2,400 calories or whatever it is, and I add 200 or 300 to it. So day 4, I eat 2,600 to 2,700 calories. Multiply this times the same macronutrient ratios, divide by 6. Because after 3 days of strength training, your muscle and liver glycogen stores are going to be near empty. They're going to be starving for carbohydrates and water. You need to drink pure water. Not soda. Your muscles don't want to store carbohydrates and carbonated water in their muscles. They want pure water. Like I said, your muscles and liver are going to be starving for carbohydrates. They want to replenish the glycogen stores. Eating more on day 4, on your carbohydrate loading day, those extra calories that you eat, they're not going to be stored as fat. They're going to be shuttled directly into your muscles and liver. Why does that work? Because after 3 days of low calories, day 4 and beyond, your body's going to start to want to go into starvation mode. What happens when you go into starvation mode? Your body wants to stop releasing fat for energy. It wants to conserve fat. So you need to trick your body by boosting your calories that 4th day, adding those extra carbohydrates. Refill your muscles and liver with glycogen. That tricks your body into, not going into starvation mode. Then you can repeat the next 3 days of low calories, and your body will just burn fat like crazy. It's one of the best kept secrets. Carbohydrate loading. 3 days of low calories, 4th day of a carbohydrate load. It's the way to go. Now you can take it to the extreme. You can do that until you get down to, God knows, 2-3% body fat. But that basically has to be your full-time job. And most people don't have time for that. So, I don't know. Do I know what I'm talking about? You tell me. Alright, that's it for this video. Take care. Bye.